Let's proceed with our discussion to our chapter 2, nationalism and patriotism. Okay? Let's proceed. So before anything else, let's define nationalism. Okay? So nationalism as defined by Merriam-Webster dictionary is the loyalty and devotion to a nation, especially a sense of national consciousness, exalting one nation above all others and placing primary emphasis on promotion of its culture and the interests as opposed to those of other nations or supranational groups. So for the nationalism, the simple definition of nationalism, that is putting a primary emphasis of your nation above all other nations. Sa madaling sabi po, you will going to choose Philippines despite na hindi siya ay despite na meron ibang bansa na makapangyarihan. That is how to be a nationalist. And other than that, that is a loyalty and devotion to a certain nation. So ang iisipin lang po natin is yung kabutihan at kapakanan po ng ating bansa. Okay? Next, we have Philippine nationalism and patriotism. The word nationalism and patriotism are often used interchangeably. Yes, napagpapalit po talaga sila, class, dahil may pagkakataon na akala ng ibang tao na parehas lang ang nationalism or patriotism. But later on, I will going to discuss to you ano nga ba ang pinagkaiba ng nationalism at ng patriotism. Okay? Nationalism etymologically means love, care for, preservation, and patronage of one's native land and everything in it, the country of birth of a national, whether it be Filipino or otherwise. To be a Filipino nationalist, therefore, the ethnological ramifications of nationalism must all present in one's being. Ibig sabihin, that the etymologically class nationalism means love, care for, or a preservation of a nation's culture. Okay? So, aalagaan niya po yung kultura mismo ng Pilipinas, not just culture, but also traditions. Okay? Yung mga nakaugalian na sa Pilipinas, yan po ang dapat na maalagaan pag sinasabi po nating nationalism. Okay? This implies the heartfelt dedication for the love, care, and preservation of the Philippines and everything that is identified with it, the Philippine territory, the inhabitants, Philippine sovereignty in government, all things that represent and symbolize the country, the aspirations, hopes, dreams, and needs of the Filipino people. Okay? So in addition din po sa nationalism, no, tatandaan din po natin what was written in the Article 1 of the 1987 Philippine Constitution, the national territory. Okay? Ano ba ang sakop ng teritoryo ng Pilipinas? The inhabitants, dapat din natin i-preserve, i-love, or i-care, or having a heartfelt dedication doon sa inhabitants ng Pilipinas. Sino ba ang inhabitants ng mga Pilipinas? Siyempre, yung mga Pilipino. Okay? The Philippine sovereignty, yung soberanya natin, our government, and also the things that represents or symbolize the Philippines. The one thing that always represents Philippines is our national flag. So how we treat our national flag. So later on this subject, we will going to discuss all about our Philippine flag. So paano ba natin pinapahalagahan that symbolism, okay? The symbolism of the Philippines, okay? The aspirations, hopes, dreams, and the needs of the Filipino people, okay? So on the other hand, so meron tayo dito kakaunting definition ng patriotism is taken from the Latin term pater, which means father. Patriotism is the willingness and determination to lay down one's life for the fatherland, the constant resolve to sacrifice one's life and live for the preservation of the state. Okay, sige. So nabanggit ko na rin po kanina, ano ba po talaga ang pinagkaiba ng nationalism sa patriotism? So always take note. Sige, lagay tayo ng annotation na lang. Okay? So, for the nationalism, okay, versus patriotism. Okay? So, nationalism and patriotism is the same. Love to a country. Okay? Makita nyo dyan, may puso. Si nationalism at si patriotism ay parehas pong pagmamahal sa isang bayan. Ngayon, ano ba ang pinagkaiba ng nationalism sa patriotism? Tatandaan nyo lamang po sa nationalism, emphasis. Okay? The primary emphasis ng isang tao sa Pilipinas over sa ibang bansa. Wala siyang ibang papanigan kundi ang Pilipinas lang. Whether iharap man tayo sa ibang bansa which is a supranational country, pipiliin pa rin natin ang Pilipinas. We are a nationalist and we are doing nationalism. Sa patriotism naman, tatlong word ang tatandaan natin. Liberty, justice, and equality. Okay? We love our country because we need liberty. We love our country because we need justice. We love our country because we want equality. If that things is happen while you are loving or caring for your country, you are doing patriotism. But if you love your country because you want to put an emphasis to your country over the other supranational nation, you are doing nationalism. Yun lamang po ang pinagkaiba nung dalawa. Tatandaan po natin that conversely, one cannot be patriotic without being nationalistic. Okay? Kasi magsisimula po muna sa pagiging isang nasyonalista. I-emphasize mo muna yung Pilipinas over sa iba, kaso hindi gumana, may mga sumakop, may mga gumawa pa rin ng masama sa Pilipinas, and then we want to have a liberty in the Philippines, you want to free the Philippines, you want to put justice in the Philippines, and you want to have an equality here in the Philippines, then you are doing patriotism. Yun lamang po ang pinagkaiba ng dalawang yan po. Okay? Sana malinaw po tayo. Claims of nationalism. Each nation should regulate itself free from outside intervention. Tatandaan po natin that we have a natural and ideal political basis, so we have only legitimate source of political authority. Hindi po tayo dapat papakialaman ng ibang bansa because we are independent from them. We have our national laws, we have our Philippine Constitution, we have the identity as a Filipinos, we have the identity as a one nation. So that is our claim of nationalism, na bawal po tayong pakialaman ng ibang bansa. Okay? Pwede tayong tulungan, okay? But we are free from outside intervention. Yun ang dapat natin na tatandaan, no? What was happen in the Philippines right now, you will going to judge that there are somewhat like there is a unti-unting nag-i-intervene ng ibang bansa sa atin, but there are other explanation to that. But tatandaan po natin, basically, generally class, we are free from outside intervention because of our political legitimacy and also our political authority and basis also. Okay? So what are the aims of nationalism? So ano nga ba, para saan ba talaga ang isang nationalism? To build and maintain a single national identity based on shared social characteristics such as culture, language, religions, beliefs, politics in a distinctive shared history, and to promote a national unity or solidarity. Sabi ni Yak noong 2012, ang aim ng nationalism is to build and maintain a single national identity, para makabuild daw tayo ng identity na ito ay galing ng Pilipinas at ito ay Pilipino. Okay? Through our culture, di ba? If you're going to notice other nations, wala pong wala siguro sa mga ibang bansa ang nagmamano, only Filipinos. Okay, that is one culture na may pagmamalaki natin, that it is only happen in the Philippines and it is no no other distinction nun kundi ang gumagawa nun ay mga Pilipino lamang. Language, our national language, okay? Our religions, the politics here in the Philippines, and also the belief of a distinctive history, our history, di ba? If we're going to tell them our history, we will they will going to tell us that we are Filipinos, and also promoting our national solidarity. To preserve and encourage a nation's traditional culture, the culture of the Philippines, traditional culture ng mga Pilipino, yung bayanihan, the cooperativeness of Filipinos, the humility, okay, the hospitality of the Filipinos. Yun, pwede po nating maibigay or maipakita that we maintain our single national identity. And also, we foster pride in our domestic accomplishment. If you're going to notice, 'di ba? Lalo na sa sports, Philippines is in the top pa rin po ng mga sports, 'di ba? So nakikilala ang mga Pilipino na nandoon pa rin yung nandun pa rin yung mga Pinoy sa mga sports sa larangan ng sports. Okay? Yan. Next, the start of the Filipino nationalism. So, kailan nga ba nagsimula yung pagkakaroon ng Filipino nationalism? In the 19th century, the Philippine nationalism was born. The people began to think of themselves as one nation with common origins, custom and tradition, history, destiny, and aspirations. They wanted to be independent and separate from Spain. From 333 years of colonizing the Philippines, then yet we did not recognize what is meant to be a Philippine nationalist. So anong ginangyari? During the 19th century na nangyari sa Pilipinas, doon pa lang naisilang ang sinatawag na nationalism. Nagising na ang mga Pilipino that we need to have an independence. We need to be recognized as a one nation. We need to be recognize that we are Filipinos and we are coming from Philippines. Doon pa lang nagsimula. Just imagine, class, 333 years rule over the Philippines nung Spain. 'Di ba? We are ruled over by the Spain on 333 years. Then after nun, doon pa lang naisilang yung tinatawag nating nationalism. Kasi siguro nagsawa na mga Pilipino that we don't have any identity as a Filipino. Okay? And in the 19th century, so naulit lang pala. So the term Filipino originally referred to the Spanish Criollos of the Philippines. During the 333-year rule of the Philippines, the Spanish rulers referred to the natives as Indios. Nung napunta ang itong mga Espanyol sa atin, nakita nila ang mga Pilipino. They did not tell it as a Filipinos. They tell it as Indios. Okay? Also, during the colonial era, the Spaniards born in the Philippines who were more known as Insulares, Criollos or Criolles were also called Filipinos. Nung nagkatagal, just imagine 333 years na pag-rule over sa Philippines. So may mga naipanganak na dito. Kaya mapapansin ninyo, class, there are tawag dito, yung mga apelido na katunog ay Espanyol. So dati ang tawag doon sa kanila ng mga Espanyol na dito na nabuhay sa Pilipinas, Insulares, Criollos or Crioles. Okay? So let's talk about the martyrdom of Gumburza. Okay? The Filipino people deeply resented the execution of the fathers Gomez, Burgos, and Zamora. They were acclaimed as the executed priests as true martyrs of their fatherland. The execution of Gumburza sped up the growth of the Philippine nationalism, which ultimately brought about Spain's downfall. Akala ng Spain na pinugutan nila ng ulo or the execution of the three priests, okay? Father Gomez, Father Burgos, and Father Zamora, or also known as the Gumburza, akala nila that it will be the tawag dito, mas magpapatibay ng kanilang kapangyarihan. But ito po ang nagsindi sa mga Pilipino para mas lalong maghimagsik laban sa mga Espanyol. Kasi siguro, for me, the mindset of the Filipinos there is, kung ito ngang mismong mga alagad ng Diyos kaya niyong patayin, kami pa kaya ng mga ordinaryong mga tao lamang. So that was the the downfall of the Spain because all of the Filipinos having shared culture, shared traditions, shared tawag dito, yung pag-uugali, behavior, nagkaisa. Okay? Nagkaisa po sila para mapabagsak ang mga Espanyol. Okay? The quest for the nationalism. So the Filipino quest for independence until 1935, where the United States promised to withdraw on a definite date. During this period, Filipino efforts were largely channeled into a constitutional struggle, but note should be taken of the militant spirit were tried to kindle the nationalist movement into armed revolt. So, nangyari din po yun yung kunwari natulungan tayo ng United States, but hindi lingid sa ating mga kaalaman ng mga Pilipino, that is part of the plan na rin pala, no? So, hindi natin malaman dati. So hindi akala natin na yun na yung simula, pero that was the rekindle of the national movement also and also the national revolt. Okay? So let's talk about the Rizal vision. Okay? As Gospels of Philippine nationalism, Rizal's novels convey the essence of his nationalism that was to resound in the hearts of the people. He identified this essence in his letters as his aspirations to alleviate the sufferings of the masses, to make men worthy, to avenge one day the many victims of cruelty and injustice, to erect a monument to the native tongue, and to educate his people. In his two novels, the essence of Rizal nationalism is best understood through the keen study of the characters. We all know that Dr. Jose Rizal wrote a two novels. So ito po yung No Limit ang Hire at yung El Filibusterismo. Okay? So that letters, that novels conveys a meaning, no? Conveys a message that aspire doon sa mga Pilipino about doon sa mga sufferings ng mga tao sa ilalim ng gobyerno ng Spain. So nailagay niya rin doon sa mga nobela na yon kung ano ang meron sa gobyerno ng mga Espanyol nung dati. So nakuwento niya dun sa mga nobela niya kung paano ginagawa paano ang ginagawa sa mga Pilipino, and that conveys, okay? That conveys a message that we need to form a nationalist movement to eradicate these colonizers na para naman magkaroon naman tayo ng sariling pagkakakilanlan. So that's why, no, Rizal's nationalism is best understood to the keen study of the characters. So dahil doon nga sa kanyang mga nobela na mas lalong nagpatibay, mas lalong nagkaroon ng tibay ng loob ang mga Pilipino siguro na lumaban para sa mga Espanyol. Okay? Through their dialogue and actions, in their ideas and ideals, or in the lack of these are seen Rizal's range of vision. His concept of love of country, his appeal for reforms, his attitude towards the friars, and his views on the weaknesses of the Filipinos. So nailagay niya rin doon kung ano yung na-visualize niya, kung ano ba talaga ang mangyayari sa Pilipinas, okay? Ano pa ang pwedeng maging reform para sa Pilipinas, okay? At take note class ha, he is not afraid towards the Spanish people, no? Hindi siya natatakot despite alam naman niya na na mas makapangyarihan na ang Spain during that time. Okay? Now, what is the nation of Filipinas and its barrier, no? The emergence of Filipino nationalism came at the end of a long process set in motion by Spanish misrule and exploitation, hastened by the political and economic developments in the Philippines and Europe. The insular mountainous character of the Philippine geography limited social contact communication. The dismal state of transportation and communication facilities rendered these as natural barriers to develop our nationalism and limit our national consciousness. So, the main barrier, no, kung mapapansin natin, class, if we are going to study back to our history, parang hirap na hirap ang mga Pilipino magkaisa o maging isang bansa because of the dismal state of the transportation. Also, we take note class that Philippines is archipelagic in location. Kumbaga, we are not a nation na iisa lang, no? We are not a nation na isang buo yung lupa natin. But we have 100 islands, no? 100 pas naging pasyalan, 'di ba? We have a number of islands sa lalo na yung Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao natin. Hindi po 'yan magkakadikit. Now, the barrier there is halimbawa, kung gusto ng mga taga Luzon na isama ang taga Visayas at Mindanao para maghimagsik laban sa mga Espanyol, hindi nila magawa. Why? Because of the transportation. Okay? Because of the transportation of the Philippines, hindi nila gano'n kabilis ang communication. If you watch the movie General Luna, ayan, 'di ba? Kung ikaw ang magiging messenger ni General Luna from, Bagbag, 'di ba? Alam mo yung nagkasagutan sila ni General Tomas Mascardo, 'di ba? Nasa Bagbag siya, tapos si General Tomas Mascardo sabihin natin ay nasa Arayat, Pampanga. Just imagine you are the messenger of the two generals and then they will going to tell you, "Sige, hatid mo 'tong sinabi ko." Hatid, babalik din tapos hatid na naman, balik, hatid, balik, hatid. 'Di ba? If you're going to imagine nowadays, 'di ba? 'Pag pupunta ka ng dalawang lugar, sabihin natin aabutin 'yan ng 2 hours. Sabihin natin na may sasakyan ka pa. But during that time, take note class, there is no transportation, means of transportation ng mga motor vehicle dati. The main transportation nila is riding a horse. Okay? Animal power ang kanilang transportation dati. So just imagine, pag sinabing pumunta ka dito, dahil lang makabalik ka, ASAP, 'di ba? So ang ASAP sa kanila siguro it may be 3 days, 2 days. Hindi yung ASAP ngayon na send ka lang sa GC, tara, ah, Nomo tayo, 'di ba? Nandun na kaagad yung mga kasama natin. But the communication during the time that we build our nationalism is hindi po ganun kabilis. Kaya we need to write them a letter, telegrama, no? We need to write them a telegram, we need to write them a letter para makapag-convey tayo ng message. But the reply of that particular person ay hindi po gano'n kabilis tulad ngayon, 'di ba? So dati hindi ka puwedeng magsabi K, sugod tayo tapos ang reply mo K, hindi po puwede. Because kailangan pang ihatid 'yan mismo ng mga mensahero. So gano'n po kung bakit gano'n kabagal ang emergence ng Filipino nationalism, it's because of the transportation and communication facilities na meron tayo. That is a natural barrier kung bakit nalilimit yung nationalism natin, kaya gano'n katagal tayo na nasakop ng iba't ibang bansa. Okay? So na po malinaw. Okay? Next, economic and constitutional. In the context of the constitutional reform, the development of the country necessitates the more positive definition of economic nationalism. So in the constitutional reform naman, so hindi pa agad natin nakita kung ano ba talaga dapat ang reform sa ating constitution. Take note class, that constitution is the supreme law of the land. All laws promulgated in the Philippines is dapat incongruent to the provisions of our constitution. Because kasi kung hindi yan nakasaad dun sa constitution natin, it will be deemed as unconstitutional. Take note that all laws passed in the Philippines or effective now in the Philippines is naka-follow sa provisions ng constitution natin. It is evident that our economic policy has long emphasized economic nationalism. Based on our laws, our strand of economic nationalism emphasis as fear of exploitation by foreigners. Dito naman when in the economic side naman ng Pilipinas, napakabilis po talaga nating masakop dati. Tatandaan po natin that we don't have currency before the Spanish came. Wala pong currency ang Pilipinas dati. Now, nangyari lamang po 'yon na nagkaroon ng currency ang dati nung kaya nauso yung barter exchange, 'di ba? Yung nauso nung pandemic, nung walang pera, halimbawa, manok kapalit ng, halimbawa 1 kilong manok kapalit ng 2 bulaklak, 2 paso ng bulaklak, barter exchange kumbaga. So dati, napakabilis nating masako kasi we don't have an economic policy doon natin. Kaya kaya yung mga gold dati sa Pilipinas, according to our historians, mabilis pong nakuha sa mga Pilipino because we don't have economic policies. In fact, from the time of Quezon until the present, we have adopted a system of laws, starting with our constitution, reserving to the state the role of providing cover and protection for the Filipinos, defining his exclusive rights over others. So now, starting from the time of President Quezon, Manuel L. Quezon, we adapted, no, with a system of laws, which particularly on the provisions of our constitution and all of the laws promulgated in the Philippines ay na-enjoy po natin para sa ating sa ating protection as a Filipinos and also on the rights of the Philippines. Okay? The impact of customs and traditions. According to the historian Renato Constantino, the principal exponent of nationalism holds the view that the Philippines did not sufficiently develop during pre-colonial civilization because of the scattered and fragmented Filipino communities. According to Renato Constantino class, no, the Philippines was not developed during the pre-colonial civilization. Ibig sabihin, pag pre-colonial, bago tayo sakupin ng mga Espanyol. Bakit? The reason is that the Filipino are very much far from each other. Wala pong pagkakaisa ang mga Pilipino because we are scattered from different islands. Sa isang isla na to, ito ang tribo. Sa isla na to, iba naman. Sa itong isla na to, iba naman. Okay? So yun po yung parang nahirapan ang Pilipino when it comes to form a nationalist movement. It's because dahil nga din sa pagkaka-scattered o sa pagkakahiwa-hiwalay. Now, doon sa pagbuo naman ng civilization, nahirapan din sila dahil nga din sa pagkakalayo-layo. So, meaning to say, according to our historian, during the pre-colonial period, the Filipinos are not civilized or there are civilization but hindi po agad naikalat. It's because na dahil magkakalayo po ang mga Pilipino. National literature, art, music, and all other forms of culture must therefore find their source and inspiration on the people's activity and dedicate their achievements to the people. Okay? So nandiyan din po yung ating mga yung mga source of our culture. Okay? So nandiyan din po 'yun. Okay? So let's talk about the kinds of nationalism. Okay? So we have the classical nationalism and also the broad nationalism. So let's talk about classical nationalism. It refers to the pillars of understanding this deep subject based on the essence of its meaning and how it translates into action. So pag sinabi po nating classical nationalism class, it talks about the understanding of a deep subject. For example, pagmamano. Ano ba ang ibig sabihin sa atin ng pagmamano? Siyempre, it is a sign of respect. Okay? If we're going to study more deeply and how we are going to translate it into action, that is the so-called classical nationalism. For example, nagmano ka, so anong ibig sabihin nun? So magalang itong taong ito. How they were going to translate your action, that is a classical nationalism. Okay? How this action mean to them, okay? Anong ibig sabihin nung ginawa mo, yung ginawa mong action, okay? Classical nationalism po yun. The classical nationalism are ethnic, civic, and also a cultural. So let's talk about ethnic nationalism. It's a type of nationalism in which the nation is determined in the terms of of an ethnicity. This foundation includes a culture shared between members of a group with their ancestors. Whole ethnic groups are segmented and self-determining. Such self-determination gives them autonomous character, separating them within the same society. When we say ethnic nationalism, let's always take note the word ethnicity. Okay? The word ethnicity, it is not pertains to ethnic groups, okay? Doon sa mga ethnic groups natin, hindi po 'yan. Pag sinabi po nating ethnicity, yung mga taong naninirahan sa Pilipinas. Class, always remember that we are different ethnicity. Ano ba yon? Mga Bisaya, Ilocano, Tagalog, di ba? Bicolano. That is the ethnicity. Take note, class, that in a certain nation, it is not one ethnicity that was live in a certain nation. Marami pong ethnicity yan. Kaso nga lang, nagiging buo, okay, despite of a different ethnicity, yet we are a Filipino. That is the ethnic nationalism. It also, despite of different ethnicity, but there is a foundation of a culture shared between the members of that particular group na ipapasa-pasa, and yet we determine that we are Filipinos. Okay? Next, we have this romantic nationalism. This type of nationalism was the result of the action to the imperial dynasty, which evaluated the legitimacy of the state from the highest to the lowest level. An authority that emerges from a chief executive or monarch or other legitimate authority. Class, tatandaan natin, when it comes to romantic nationalism, for example, meron pong highest authority. Yan po yung naibigay sa ating presidente. That in a certain nation, no, there must be an occurrence or emergence of an authority coming from the chief executive or yung pinakamataas na tao po sa isang bansa. So there are no nation or country na makikilala po natin na wala pong leader. Okay? Makikilala po, magkakaroon po ng independency or magkakaroon ng identity ang isang bansa if there is an emergence of an authority. Okay? That is romantic nationalism. Next is civic nationalism naman po. In this type of nationalism based on a reality built by a group of human beings who share a birthplace. The legitimacy of the type of nationalism is given by the state. On the civic nationalism naman, class, no, tatandaan natin that the group of human beings who shared a birthplace. Kung saan tayo na ipanganak, no, yun po yung nationalism po natin. Okay? We are building a group. Okay? Reality built by a group of human beings who shared a birthplace. Okay? Combining this concept with ethnic nationalism, the raison d'etre of the individuals is to support state nationalism. Okay? Next, let's talk about cultural nationalism. Class, take note that culture is the base factor that unites the nation. Okay? Wala pong ibang nagpapa-unite. It is not a politician that will going to unite a certain nation, but our culture. Tandaan natin, if those persons living abroad, no, yung mga nagtatrabaho abroad or yung doon na namumuhay sa ibang bansa, magkakakilala nakikilala nila ang isang tao depende sa culture or sa galaw sa kultura nung isang tao. Okay, tatandaan natin that one culture of the Filipino na kahit ilang taon ka na, parang masama pa loob ng magulang mo 'pag humiwalay ka, 'di ba? Kasi we are, parang ano, alam niyo yung we are very much, family oriented. But in a different country, in other countries, no, 'pag nag-edad ka ng 18, kailangan mo ng umalis. Now, paano tayo nagiging united dahil dun sa culture na yun? Sa ibang bansa, hindi sila magkakakilala, 'di ba, for example. Tapos nakita nila na itong bahay na 'to nandun pa rin yung mga anak despite na iilang taon na. So, nakilala nila, "Ay, oo nga 'no, mga Pilipino ata ito." Because of that culture na 'no, naging united yung mga Pilipino halimbawa sa ibang bansa. Gano'n din lalo na yung nandito sa Pilipinas. Because of the same culture that acted on a certain Filipino and to the other Filipinos, we 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 base that factor as a unite as if it will be, no, our uniting factor as a nation. Okay? So, let's talk about broad nationalism. So, when we say broad nationalism, class, these are interpretations and subdivisions of the classic nationalism. So, kumbaga, sa broad nationalism, papalawakan niya lang po ng pag-intindi or pag-define yung classical nationalism. So, ito yung mga kinds ng broad nationalism? Una, religious nationalism. Yan, excuse me po. Okay? Religious nationalism, so some person will going to be united, it's because of the religion. Okay? Kaya nga dati, hindi rin agad tayo sorry, take ako ng allergy ko, Okay? So some thinkers as an individualism, religious nationalism applies the nationalist ideal to a religion in a particular dogmas or affiliation. Nagiging isang grupo din, so it's because of the religion. So hindi natin pwede pag-usapan yan. It's because there are many religions in the Philippines, no? But the essence of religious nationalism is we are being united. It's because of our religion. Okay? So there are two perspective of religious nationalism. Una, unifying entity. Ibig sabihin, because of the religion, nagkakaroon tayo ng unity. Okay? And one can be politicization of religion in a given nation, actually the influence of religion to politics. Kaya 'di ba minsan may ibang mga politiko na may pinupuntahan ng mga relihiyon if malapit na eleksyon, minsan gano'n. Okay? Next, let's talk about liberal nationalism. So dito pumapasok yung freedom, equality, tolerance, and the rights of the individuals. Dito, magkakaroon ng freedom. Okay? Gusto o if we want to use the liberal nationalism, we want to free the Philippines, we want liberty in the Philippines, we need to execute equality, and we need to respect the human rights in the Philippines. Some authors include liberal nationalism as a synonymous with civic. Liberal nationalists attach great importance to the state or institution as the highest referent of nationality. Okay? Let's talk about economic nationalism. Okay. Class, take note the ideology on the mechanisms of economic dependence. We need to have an economic dependence. Kasi kung wala pong economic dependence ang isang bansa, dun sa pwedeng pasukan na ibang there will be an intervention coming from the other country. So doon na magsisimula yung tinatawag natin na colonization. Okay? In this type of nationalism, that emerged in the 20th century when some countries created state enterprises in order to exploit strategic resources, our resources din. So titingnan natin, kaya nga 'di ba laging sinasabi that we need kaya nga meron tayong DENR, 'di ba? It's because of our resources. That is part of our economic dependence or economic nationalism. Our resources here in this country because it will going to maintain, no? It will going to maintain the dependency of the Philippines in terms of the economic resources din na meron sa Pilipinas. Lastly, the position that the production sectors and the basic enterprises of the economy must be in the hands of national state capitals when the private sector is not in capacity or conditions to supply the nation. Okay? So wala pong iba nagsusupply sa bansa natin kundi yung ating economic resources lamang po. Okay? Next, let's talk about expansionist nationalism. So radical form of imperialism that includes independent, patriotic feelings which faith in expansionism generally through military aggression. Dito naman, we are going to expand our territory. But through the use of military aggression. So para mag-extend yung teritoryo ng Pilipinas, hahanap tayo ng mga bansa na mabilis nating maisakop to the military aggression para masakop natin at ma-expand natin yung ating teritoryo. Okay? Next, let's talk about third world nationalism. The nationalist feeling that the outcome of opposition to colonial rule to survive and maintain a domestic identity. This was happened during the war between the colonizers and the Filipinos. We want to maintain our domestic identity as Filipinos. But yet, there is a colonization na nangyayari sa Pilipinas that is a third world nationalism. We want to oppose the colonial rule. Okay? We want to oppose the colonial rule of a certain country and to maintain our domestic identity. Okay? Let's talk about pan-nationalism. It refers to the ethnic or cultural nationalism of a country that is itself a cluster of associate ethnic and cultural communities. So, doon na nasabi ko kanina po, hindi lamang po iisang lahi ang meron sa Pilipinas. That is a pan-nationalism. Kasi in a certain country, there is an associated ethnic and cultural communities. Halo-halo po talaga yan ang meron sa isang bansa. Okay? Next, let's talk about diaspora nationalism. So, sino nakakilala nito kay Mr. Nobody? Ayan. So, sikat na sikat yan sa TikTok. So, si Mr. Nobody is an Indian national. So, naninirahan siya sa Pilipinas. But, if we're going to deep on his content, di ba? Parang pinapakita niya, for me, personally, pinapakita niya kung ano nangyari sa India. And tayo naman mga Pilipino, curious na curious sa India. Ano bang meron sa India? Ba't ganun sila magluto? Ganun yung mga pasyalan nila. So, pupuntahan natin. So, take note class, when we visited a certain country, we need to pay taxes to them, no? We need to pay taxes, yung mga basta 'pag napunta tayo sa ibang bansa, magbibigay tayo ng tax sa kanila. Ngayon, sino ang nabibigyan ng pera? Siyempre yung India. So, by promoting his country, nagagawa niya yung tinatawag na diaspora nationalism. There's a sense of nationalism, sense of an ethnic population residing outside their traditional homelands. Even he is residing outside of his traditional homeland, he's still promoting India. Ganun po ang diaspora nationalism. Stateless nationalism naman, on a nationalist basis, on ethnic or cultural minority within a nation state aims independence. Dito naman, yung mga under ng colonial rule pa rin ito na hindi pa rin po na nagkakaroon ng independent or identity ang isang bansa. So sila yung mga tao na mga stateless. Kumbaga wala silang kinikilalang bansa because of the colonization or independence. Now we have this revolutionary nationalism. It is also known as radical nationalism. Evolutionary nationalism is an ideology theory that calls for a domestic group united by a shared sense of intent and destiny. During the time ng mga Espanyol at ng mga Amerikano kung bakit napalaya tayo sa kanila, it's because of our revolutionary nationalism. We are united by a shared sense of intent and destiny. We have a shared sense of intent. Gusto nating mapalaya. Pare-pareho na po ang mga Pilipino during that time na gusto nilang mapalaya na ang Pilipinas. Kaya nagsama-sama na lahat ng mga Pilipino para mapalaya ang Pilipinas. This is revolutionary nationalism. Next, we have the left-wing nationalism. It's sometimes referred to as socialist nationalism. It relates to any political movement combining left-wing or socialism with nationalism. Ito naman yung left-wing nationalism natin. Ito yung there is always a opposition to a certain government para makuha yung isang gobyerno. Okay? So, other concepts of Filipino nationalism. So, the nationalism is a secular identification and engagement of our people with the Filipino nation and domestic community. The Philippines as our country and homeland. It goes beyond our family, clan, tribe, village, city, province, religion, local culture, and religion. It is pride to be a Filipino, self-respect as a Filipino. This pride is our national cultural heritage and manner of life with their constraints being realized. So, tatandaan po natin, no? The secular identification and engagement of the Filipino people is the sign of Filipino nationalism. The Philippines as our country, as our homeland. So, if we're going to emphasize as Philippines over the supranational nation, we are doing Filipino nationalism. Okay? So, we have this tool, change and reform, because of nationalism class na we are liberated, no? We are liberated from this action. So, ito ay ignorance, no? So, pag sinabing ignorance, lack of knowledge. So, dahil sa nationalism natin, tayo ay natuto, di ba? So, tatandaan po natin during the time na dumaong si Magellan sa Mactan, if I'm not mistaken, ha? Napanood ko sa mga palabas dati nung ako ay grade 1. Ang description ng mga Pilipino during that time ay raha lapu-lapu, meron pong mga dayuhan na gustong dumaong dito sa isla ng Mactan, lulan ng mga malalaking bangka at tubo at maka-armas na tubo na nagbubuga ng apoy, 'di ba? Just imagine that Magellan was in a galleon ship na malaking barko, pero para sa kanila malaking bangka lamang po 'yan. So, there is a lack of knowledge and education. Next is bigotry, intolerance toward those who hold distinct views of themselves. So, napalaya din tayo nun sa pagiging isang bigotry natin. Parochialism or yung pagiging isang narrow-mindedness, yung makitid na pag-iisip. Feudalism, system in which higher-ranking individuals give land and protection and work and fought for them in exchange. So dito naman, nawala din yung feudalism, yung may lupa ako, sakahan mo yan. So parang nawala din po yun dito sa Pilipinas. Colonial mentality. So ito yung cultural inferiority as a consequence of colonization. Halimbawa, pag sinabing colonial mentality, ito yung, "Uy, kayong mga Pilipino nasakop lang naman namin kayo, parang gano'n, gano'n siya. So nawala din po yun because siyempre pagtanggol natin. We defend our country over our colonizers. So mawawala po talaga yung colonial mentality. Next is distorted elitism and elite's advocacy or presence as a dominant component in a scheme or community. Dito parang medyo bumabalik po ito 'no, na mayayaman yung parang nangunguna sa Pilipinas. So, dati kasi nawala na yun, so parang ngayon bumabalik siya because the distorted elitism is the elite's advocacy or presence is as a dominant component sa isang community. Kumbaga, yung mga mayayaman ang nangunguna dahil doon sa yung baga nawawalan ng boses yung mga mahihirap. That is distorted elitism. Okay? So let's talk about the national symbols of the Philippines. So baka may nakakalimot or may mga hindi pa talaga alam, no? So sana ay nakalimot lang or sana mas maganda ay natatandaan niyo pa ito. So the Philippine national tree is Nara, okay? So the Philippine national leaf is fan palm or yung tinatawag nating anahaw. The Philippine national fruit is mango po. And the Philippine national animal is sorry, bakit ano agad 'to? Bakit wala yung kalabaw? Okay? So water buffalo or carabao. So the Philippine national dish is roasted pig or lechon. And the Philippine national bird is Philippine eagle. Okay? So the Philippine national fish is milkfish or bangus. And syempre, our national hero, Dr. Jose Rizal. The national sports or martial arts is arnis. And the national clothing for men is men's barong, o yung barong Tagalog. And for the national clothing for women naman is women's barong or yung barot saya. And syempre, the national dance is the bamboo dance or yung tinikling. Okay? So we have here the national flower, the Arabian jasmine or sampagita. The national vehicle natin is horse-drawn carriage or yung kalesa. And the national anthem is Lupang Hinirang. And the national gem is the Philippine Pearl, no? The Philippine Pearl. And the national language is a Filipino. The national flag is the Philippine national flag. And the national footwear is bakya or wooden clogs. So, yun po yung bakya. Okay? So, let's talk about patriotism. So, nabanggit ko na po kanina, no? What is a patriotism, no? So, the word patriotism, so nabanggit ko nga kanina, we are doing patriotism. It's because we love our country. Okay? We love our country. We are dedicated to our country. We can offer our lives, our limbs to our country. Then what is the result of doing patriotism? It's because we want liberty, we want equality, and we want justice here in the Philippines. So, yun po yung pinagkaiba niya sa nationalism. So ito yung etymology of patriotism. Middle French patriote or compatriot, late Latin patriota which means fellow countrymen, Greek patriotes which from the same nation, Greek patria which means lineage, and the Greek patris or the word fatherland. Okay? So we have kinds of patriotism, no? So patriotism of duty, patriotism of affection, and patriotism of manner. So let's talk about patriotism of duty. This includes fidelity to one's nation through material acts. This is a military service patriotism and other selfless sacrifice types. This is where patriotism becomes embodied and its ideals take praiseworthy particular action. Dito, sa patriotism of duty, This is a fidelity. Okay? This includes fidelity to one's nation through material acts. Ang ginawa mo dito, it's because it is our duty to protect our country, kaya mo ginagawa. Okay? For example na lang dito, yung mga na pumasok sa military service. It is our duty as a Filipino people to protect our own country. Because if no Filipinos were able to protect our own country, who else does? 'Di ba? So ito yung duty natin bilang mga Pilipino na protektahan mismo natin. Kumbaga, trabaho natin na protektahan ang ating bansa. That is a patriotism of duty. How about, ito, just bomb my location, sir. This is a very heartbreaking statement of a military personnel, an AFP personnel, which is Private First Class Dan Ryan Bayot. If you are going to recall what was happened in Marawi Siege, the story of Private First Class Bayot will able to break our heart, and we are able to maintain the patriotism of duty. Just imagine you are going to offer your own life. You know what will be the time that you will going to be to considered as dead person. Alam mo kung kailan ka mamamatay. Alam mo na pag bumagsak yung bomba sa location mo, mamamatay ka na. That is the patriotism of duty. Bakit? Ano bang istorya nun? So according to sa mga documentary, so to cut it short, sabi, sa location nila, wala ng lugar para ma-save pa siya. Kung ise-save pa siya, marami marami ng kalaban, hindi na talaga kaya. So ang sabi niya, "Just ma'am my location sir, 'pag binomba niyo yung location ko, mas maraming kalaban na mamamatay." So, sinakripisyo niya yung buhay niya para doon sa bansa natin, para mapalaya yung Pilipinas on the Mauti group na gustong sumakop sa Pilipinas. Okay? So yun, example lang. Ito pa, sa 44, 'di ba? The 44 persons offering their lives para mapalaya ang Pilipinas laban sa mga terrorist na gustong sirain ang Pilipinas. That is one example of the patriotism of duty. How about patriotism of affection? 'Wag tayong maguguluhan sa affection and duty. Bakit? Trabaho kasi natin na protektahan ang Pilipinas or ipagtanggol ang Pilipinas, that is patriotism of duty. Dito naman, patriotism of affection, dahil mahal natin ang Pilipinas, okay? Because of our affection to the Philippines, kaya natin ginagawang protektahan or pangalagaan or mahalin ang Pilipinas. Okay, yun lamang ang pinagkaiba niya. Okay? Next is the patriotism of manners through our deeds, through our actions na ipapakita natin ang pagiging isang patriotic. So tulad na lamang ng pagkanta ng Lupang Hinirang, 'di ba? Yung pag-stand straight during the flag raising ceremony, 'di ba? Yung pagrespeto sa Philippine flag natin, yung pagrespeto sa national anthem natin, that is part of the patriotism of manners. So we have types of patriotism. So yun ay kinds po, no? We have types of patriotism. Sa pag sinabing official patriotism, okay? Ito naman po ay yung we are promoting, the government promoted the characterized by its symbol and symbolic ceremonial content is logical. So nawala yung isa. Personal patriotism po yung isa, sorry. Personal patriotism, ito po yung mismo tayo ang gumagawa ng patriotism. Tayo ay sumali sa ah, military, okay, public service, pumasok sa public service or tayo ay tawag dito, sumali din sa botohan. This personal patriotism. Dito naman, sa official patriotism class, ito ay inutos mismo po ng gobyerno. Okay? There is promotion by the government. It's a logical consequence of the state. So, may example po dyan, the national monuments, Veterans Day, and also the commemoration ceremonies. Okay? So, patriotism versus nationalism. So, ito yung sinabi ko kanina. So, feelings are based on liberty, justice, and country's positive values, equality. Okay, yun po yung patriotism. Patriotic patriot thinks that both their country, state, and country, state, system, and individuals. On the other hand, nationalism emotions are based on the belief that one's nation is superior to all others. Yun lamang. Um, yung feelings dito ay para mapalaya, magkaroon ng hustisya, magkaroon ng pagkakapantay-pantay. Sa nationalism naman, that one's nation is superior to all others. Yun lamang ang gusto niyang mangyari. It holds the connotation of the other countries' distrust or disapproval, leading to the premise that other states are competitors. Okay? While patriots do not degrade other countries automatically, nationalists do, sometimes to the point of calling for the global dominance of the country. Nationalism is the polar opposite of the globalism by its protectionist belief. A patriot is proud of his nation for what it does. Okay? Nationalist, proud of his nation, whatever it does. Okay? Ang approach naman generates a sense of accountability for the patriot. Dito naman, blind stupidity leading to war. So yun po yung pinagkaiba ng ating patriotism and nationalism. So let's talk about different ways to show Filipino sense of nationalism. So respect the Philippine flag and value Philippine symbols. Class, take note that the Philippine symbols, the Philippine flag symbolizes the identity of the Filipinos. Kasi bakit? Kahit saan ka makita ng Philippine flag, siyempre, ang nagdadala niyan ay mga Pilipino because that is our identity. That is how we show Filipino sense of nationalism. Then, be productive. Hindi tayo pwedeng umasa sa iisang sangay. Okay? Hindi tayo pwedeng umasa sa gobyerno lamang natin. Okay? As a Filipino, we need to work for ourselves also. Kasi the government is just there to help us. But the main component kung bakit anong meron tayo, kung bakit kailangan nating magawa ito, it's because of ourselves pa rin. Okay? Next, be aware of the issues in our country. Ayan, napapanahon. Flood control, di ba? So, ang dami na nagkakalaglagan. Ang dami nang nababanggit ng mga personalities. Yung mga akala natin na okay, pero nadawit pala. I don't know sino na ang totoo, di ba? So, makikita natin dapat as a nationalist, we are aware of the issues of our country. So sana man lang no, sana ay malusutan tuloy, ma-resolve na yung mga issues na yan. Next, stand proud for every Filipino achievement. So sana kung ano man ang ma-achieve ng mga kapwa natin Pilipino, we need to stand proud. Hindi yung ano ba, nanalo si Senator Manny Pacquiao. 'Di ba? So, lahat tayo proud maging Pilipino. Nung natalo siya, sabihin na natin, ayaw pa kasi mag-retire, 'yan, 'di ba? Gilas, 'yan, nung nanalo, puso. Nung natalo naman, kung ano na sinabi sa Gilas, 'di ba? Halimbawa, kay Carlos Yulo, two-time gold medalist, 'di ba? Tapos nung ano, nagkaroon ng issue, parang ewan ko ano na nangyari. As a Filipino, we need to stand proud of every achievement ng kapwa nating Filipino. And siyempre, patronize and support our own products. Siyempre naman po, dapat po we need to patronize and support our own products. So, napakinggan, narinig ko yung kasi iba na talaga 'pag tumatanda na class. Ang bisyo ko ngayon ay manood ng Senate hearing. I heard ano Senate hearing kay Senator Kiko Pangilinan na this what happened to Muntinlupa City daw. Ngayon, ang ginawa daw ng Muntinlupa City sa kamatis naman ito, parang binili nila directly yung Muntinlupa City government, binili daw yung mismong kamatis sa mga farmers. Ngayon, tapos yung Muntinlupa City government na saka binenta doon sa palengke, if I'm not mistaken, so gano'n yung pagkakaintindi ko. Nakita ko on my sense of, understanding naman dun, that is patronizing and support our own products. Bakit? Yung mismong city bumili doon sa mga, mga farmers mismo na, directly sa mga farmers. So siyempre, magkakaroon ng kita yung mga farmers natin. So ngayon, si city naman, since mura ang pagkakabili niya dun directly sa farmer, so maibibigay niya rin ito ng mas murang halaga din sa community. So that is how patronizing and support our own products. Bakit? Tayo lang din po kasi ang makikinabang lahat. Hindi po nakikinabang, hindi po tawag dito, hindi po iisang tao lang ang nakikinabang, kundi buong Pilipinas po ang nakikinabang. Kasi nabilhan natin, kumita, tapos tayo naman nakuha din natin sa mga mas mura. So gano'n po yung mga bags, 'di ba? Yung mga bags, so dapat supporting our own products pa rin po. Anything na product ng mga Pilipino ay dapat nating suportahan. Preserve our culture, ayan. So yung ating kultura lalong-lalo na yung culture ng Pilipinas kasi tulad nga ng sinabi ko kanina, that is our identity. 'Pag yan unti-unting nawala sa Pilipinas, para na rin pong nabubura sa mapa ang Pilipinas. Next, respect everyone and value our tradition. So siyempre nandiyan pa rin yung ating mga traditions, yung ating values as a Filipino, hindi pa rin po dapat nawawala. And siyempre, as our national identity, our language, so dapat lahat ng Pilipino must refrain from patronizing those foreign language, but to strengthen our own language pa rin po dapat tayo. Yung mga anak po natin, sana ang unang malaman, matutunan magsalita ay yung Filipino, hindi yung English or kaya yung kung ano man. Okay? And siyempre, remember and commemoration of our heroes sacrifices. Okay? Tuwing August 25 naman po 'yan na nako-commemorate natin yung National Heroes Day natin. Siyempre, during pandemic, our national heroes is our medical staffs. Okay? Love our family, our neighbors, and our countrymen. So, we need to love our family, syempre, our neighbors, and also our countrymen. Okay? So, that ends our discussion. Thank you.